Hi, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. So for those of you who might not know me, my name is Kathleen Kuo, and I'm a program manager with Nevada Humanities, which is our state's council partner of the National Endowment for the Humanities. Our mission is to connect and transform communities by sharing and amplifying the stories, ideas, experiences, and traditions of the diverse people of Nevada. So with Humanities at Play, we really want our streams to be fun and interactive. So by all means, feel free to share your thoughts about the game and ask questions as we play today. A couple quick notes before we get started. If you aren't already following us here on Twitch, please do so. You can click the purple heart, and that way you'll get our notifications whenever we go live. And then if you're also a newer user of Twitch, we really encourage you to use our chat commands. This is a fun feature, which is an exclamation point followed by a keyword. We have some of those in the title of our stream today, as well as in the About section on Twitch. So give those a shot, and you'll see some being used already. And this is just a fun way to, if you want to learn more about our guests today, about the work we do, or if you just want to see what some of the other commands do, feel free to try them out. So today I am so thrilled. I am joined by Hugh. Here's Hugh on stream. Hi, Hugh.
Hello.
Hugh is a cultural worker and a multidisciplinary artist based in Las Vegas, Nevada. Hugh makes making places, spaces, and objects for love to flourish. They engage with co-creating love through community by facilitating a modular community art space called the Cloud House, which we will talk about later. And other concepts that Hugh explores ranges from emergent behaviors amongst animals and humans within urban spaces, as well as contemplations on the relationship between nature, soul, and space. Recently, Hugh was selected for the Desert Companions 2022 Ones to Watch, and they've also received grants through the Nevada Arts Council. So, Hugh, I am so excited to have you today on our Humanities at Play stream. We are playing a very special game today called Florence. I'm going to back up and just say, first of all, happy May to everyone. Throughout the month of May on Humanities at Play, it's our goal to feature games that are created by Asian game designers and developers, as well as artists, musicians, protagonists, and all this is in recognition of Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month. We're also going to focus a lot of our streams on topics that are connected to mental health and self-care because May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. And both of these themes are really near and dear to my own heart, and I hope Hugh's as well. And I think this will also come up in our discussion later today. So Florence is an interactive story in a video game that was developed by the Australian studio Mountains. It was released in 2018. It's very, very cute. We just did a very short, Hugh and I played through part of this, but we have not played through the whole game. So I'm excited to do that on stream for the first time with them. And of course, we also want to involve you all in chat and learn more about what you think about the game as we journey onwards together. So, Hugh, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm excited
All
to
right.
see the rest of this game.
Yes, let's get going. So let me switch over to our gameplay. I'm going to pull up Florence and get that for Hugh. Welcome in, Ninja. Great to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. All right, got it.
All right, you got it? Great. All right, everyone. Welcome into the world of Florence. We're going to start a new game. This game is so relatable, I think, as an Asian American, but also just anyone in the Asian diaspora, I think, could relate to this. So I'm going to do this. Sorry, my laptop needs to be unplugged. I'm going to plug it in. There we go. Adult life.
I love how this game is already like chapters based.
Right? Okay. Florence is 25 years old. I believe in this game she's Malaysian. Oh, this is also... How many alarms do you set in the morning? Are you an alarm person?
I am. I usually have one alarm and then I sleep through. And I just hope that I wake up afterwards.
That's very true. Oh, I love this mini game.
Yeah, I just love how like we, even though it's like, we're just watching, we're also partaking and interacting with the way that she's just going about her day.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta give this puppy a heart. All about friendship. I feel like it's a very millennial, commuting on a train, got my headphones and my iPod or my phone. Also, the music's super cute.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Florence does some work with numbers. Of course, number
Oh
crunching.
boy.
Not very happy. I think the color story of this game reflects kind of the emotions of the characters. I think she's kind of in a sort of sad blue period right now.
Yeah.
It's also a very clever way, I think, to teach us more about her life. Oh, it's Mom. Should we pick it up or not?
I think, how about this time we don't? How about, yeah, let's not.
Can't stop her. She'll keep calling forever.
Okay.
My mom does this. So my parents, so here's some backstory on me. So my parents are from Taiwan, but I was born in Chicago. And when I went to college and started actually my master's program in graduate school, I sold our childhood home and moved back to Taiwan because that's when my dad retired. And that was a very strange period because that's when I started to feel like an international student for the first time in the States, even though I wasn't because, I was born in the US. But all of a sudden, with my parents gone, it was just me, my sister, and my brother, and that was it. Like everyone else in my family was across the ocean, and so these little phone calls and emails were really the only way to stay in touch. And this is just exactly how I picture me and my mom. My mom would call me and just sort of like talk to me, kind of like yell at me because that's how she shows her love, and I would just get kind of angry in the background. So this is very, very relatable.
Yeah. And also Ninja, the 15-minute intervals. I feel that too.
Yes, Ninja. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, 5:30. That's so early. Okay, well, what do you think? Okay, or you don't have to find a boyfriend for me?
Last time I think we chose okay, right?
Let's just say, yeah.
Let's do this. Yeah, let's try the second one.
Yeah, and this is very like mother, like, I'm sorry, I'm single. No, you don't have to find a boyfriend for me. No. Yeah. And then something, Hugh, that I think both of us kind of had in common, I was asking, if we could read the Mandarin here. And when I was very young, I went to Chinese school, but I stopped going when I was 9 because that's when we moved to a new city and we didn't have Chinese school. So I can only read like the simplest of characters. And this is something I really want to get better at. I want to connect better to my parents and, my language and culture.
I feel you. I was born in China and I left right before I think a month of first grade. So I'm able to speak my dialect and engage with my family in like a very rudimentary level. Mm-hmm. But like if they were to talk to me like this on the phone in Chinese, I will probably get like maybe 50 to 60% of it.
Yeah. Again, I'm just laughing because this is exactly what my mom sounds like. And she's just like talking in the background. Sometimes I'll be doing something else. Sorry, Mom. But yeah, very, very live. I'll just say, don't worry about me. I'm busy. Mm-hmm. Goodbye. Okay. I think sushi is the dinner of champions. I love that there's nigiri here. So if there's like 2 pieces of something I like, I will always like to save one for the end. I don't know about you. Like if you have a bunch of like different foods on a plate, do you like eat your favorite right away, or do you like save it for the end as like a treat? I'm very curious.
I definitely do something similar, but like if it had the shrimp tempura with the extra tail, like I'll leave it on the side so I'll have like a little extra of just the shrimp and then finish the rest off. I never use like the wasabi and the ginger that they give me though in like the to-go sushis. I don't know, never been a fan of that.
Yeah, I like to have my own if possible. And oh my gosh, John, sorry, I just saw John. I have mine set to 6 a.m., but 10-minute intervals until 8 a.m. John, why can't you just set yours to 7 a.m. and give yourself like an extra hour of sleep?
Yeah, it sounds like you're kind of like self-induced psychological warfare.
Destroy John is destroying John. I'm so sorry. And also, what a long day. She got up at 7. It's close to midnight. Yep, she gets less than 7 hours of sleep a day, which Also, I guess I do sometimes too, but this makes me sad. I like that this is sort of like an interactive visual novel. Oh, I too shove things under my bed and in closets.
Yeah, I remember specifically one time in my childhood where my best friend's parents would only let me hang out with them if they clean their room. So what we did was we just shoved everything under her bed and called it a day, and we went to the park.
I love that this is in color, you know, so it's important, and it looks like it to be like a little memory box. Okay, let's find out more about her memory. Oh, so cute. Look how happy she is.
I also love the change of music too.
I think music is almost like a character in this game, the way that it illustrates certain points and it's just so dynamic. Color and music definitely play a part in this game. Oh, okay, are you ready? You ready to do some art? So we get to pick how we're gonna decorate our little boat.
Ooh.
I like this kind of cool color scheme.
Yeah.
Well,
Ninja, you said that I just want to stay in for a few more hours like a burrito. I feel that. I love to just be warm and snug and never leave.
okay, I like the idea of sort of making our own prints. I'm gonna do like hearts and stars.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah. I also feel this. I feel like when I was younger, I loved doing these sort of like art projects, and now that I'm older, I have to like very like methodically make time for art in my life, and I wish I had more time to do these sort of cute projects.
Yeah, like even now, even though I'm an artist, I sometimes have to fight for time too because I have everything else that's pulling my attention, and just being able to cut paper, put out a boat, so nice.
Have you known your whole life that you wanted to do art or art like projects?
I think so. I just remember growing up as a little kid in China and like just being really loud. I was raised by my grandparents because my mom left for America to find like a better opportunities, and so they take me to their retirement daycare type things, and I would just be off the wall like singing and just I love dancing. I loved being with the older folks and just dancing with the fans and Tai Chi in the morning. And yeah, so I think in the past couple years, it's been like a returning back to that love for dance, for music, to singing. Oh, I like what you're doing here.
Yeah,
It's really cool.
Trying to fill up a little bit more space.
Yeah.
Bacon. Oh no. I want to fill up this space. Let's see, can I do it?
Yeah, I wish you could like zoom it smaller or bigger.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can do that.
That's all right. I'm happy with our butterfly friend here. Okay. Oh no, Mom. Of course, the music changes when Mom comes in. So I think my parents. I was lucky that I'm the third. Oh no, math. Your mom's like, no more art. Time for math. And yeah, I don't know if the creators of this game, if they're sort of trying to like, not poke fun at, but sort of acknowledge that stereotype. You know, like the especially for East Asians. You got to do lots of math, and you always have to be good at math. I don't know if your family pushed you to be good at math and the sciences, but mine certainly did. I always felt like the arts and humanities, like those weren't viable career paths when I was growing up. It was always you have to be an engineer or like a doctor or someone doing computer science.
Yeah, I hear you. My dad was definitely like that towards me, like, hey, you're gonna be a doctor, a lawyer, and get me a sports car. And I'm like 4 at the time. I'm like, what's a sports car? But thankfully, my grandparents have always fought for me to be in art, engage in art, even if it was just like a way to like have like opportunities, even if it was like to be a nurse and stuff, just to have like better, I don't know what the word it is, but like better things on my resume, like, hey, I did this and that and that. But I don't think they realized that putting me in the arts led me to become an artist.
Yeah. I love this way of depicting time, how when she's 7 with all of her friends and they're all happy and they're all like together. And then as they get older, they're literally drifting apart further and further, and Florence is left kind of by herself in the middle.
And it's like they're forming their own personalities that might not always collide anymore.
Yeah.
This part makes me a little sad.
Yeah, just very, very lonely. There's our beautiful butterfly. I try to make like a little face on it. I love the butterflies in real life that have like the fake faces to scare away potential predators. I think that's so cool that butterflies evolved that as a form of protection. So I try to make a little face.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Very cute face.
Yeah.
So she's just sort of wistfully thinking about when she was younger and she found that art that she made. That's really precious. Oh, love music. This is a great chapter. I'm excited. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just face into pictures. Yes, romance. No, we're just gonna do puppies. What's this salad? Music about salad? Uh-oh. Phone's out of battery. Oh.
Now you have to not be on your phone.
That's true.
I love this part.
I love the music. I'm getting literal goosebumps. My arm just got goosebumps from the cello music. Oh, she's literally floating on music. Do you ever have those moments? Have you ever listened to like a piece of music or something where you just got like totally swept away, like you had to close your eyes maybe, or felt like you were floating?
Yeah, I feel music really like in my body, especially like what she's feeling now. Sometimes a song just makes me want to dance, even if it's just by myself and no one can see it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is where I have to share a story about the cello and what this makes me think of. So when I was in graduate school for my master's degree, there was someone in a cohort above me, and her boyfriend, now husband at the time, had a form of synesthesia. I'm not sure if people here are familiar with synesthesia, but basically I guess it combines there's different forms of it. And Hugh, you have a slight form of synesthesia as well, which I'll let you explain in a little bit, which is so cool to me. But for him, he associated music and sounds with a lot of different emotions and also people. And the first time he met his like girlfriend, now wife, he let her know that she made him think of a cello. When he looked at her, he heard cello music. And I always thought that was so sweet and romantic. Like, just I think it's so romantic to tell someone like you make me feel like a cello or like you're playing a cello. So, and I'm sure it probably sounds something like this. So, I just love this scene and how it sort of reminds me of their love.
Yeah, that is so sweet. If someone told me that I sound like a cello, I'd marry them too.
Yeah, and Hugh, you said you have is it colors and
Yeah, I see colors and like personalities with numbers. Like like 8 and 7 and 6, they all have very different personalities and numbers or colors to them. Um, I didn't know it was synesthesia until like maybe high school.
do you feel that does that affect your art at all? Like will you like go gravitate towards different colors or like patterns depending on what like seems to mesh together in your mind?
Oh yeah, definitely. I love shapes that are more fluid. So numbers like 2 and 6 and 8 have that very like fluidness to them, and even the colors are warmer. So I don't know how it adds into my art, but I definitely, in terms of fabrics and colors, I try to go towards those type of forms.
That's very cool.
Okay, Mr. Cello Man.
uh, oh no. Wait, what is happening? I crashed, I think.
So is this like like a eyesight test type?
I don't know. Yeah, it's almost like you know when you have a camera and you're adjusting like the aperture and like the focus. That's what this reminds me of. It's a really interesting way of telling the story, I feel like, or trying to get us to see what's in focus. Also, I do very bad at eyesight tests. I have extremely bad eyes.
I like how like the lemons really pop in these
Yeah.
images. Just the emphasis of yellow, and even in the music too. So I wonder if like the lemons will play a bigger part later on in the story.
I just realized that the music gets fuzzier. Oh, I think we're almost there. I actually don't know what these sliders do. I'm just there we go.
Oh, you got it. Nice.
Ouch. I don't think I've ever crashed on a bike, thank goodness, but I can very much relate to being clumsy.
Yeah. Have you broken anything in your body?
I've never broken anything. I've sprained my right ankle twice, but I've never broken anything. Thank goodness. Knock on
Yeah.
wood. What about you?
I I personally I don't think I've broken anything. I try to be as careful as I can. Even when I'm sewing, I've seen too many horror stories of getting your fingers sewn, and
Yes.
yeah. Ninja, you've crashed a bike a lot?
Oh
Crashed on a
no.
bike a lot? Oh man.
I love how she's blushing. This would totally be me. Very shy.
Yeah.
Okay, we got a number, Krish. First dates. Oh, she's still blushy. This is very cute. Okay. I love how conversation is depicted as a puzzle, because I think that's what you do on first dates, or even when you're first getting to know someone. It's like a back and forth, and you try to see how you fit with one another. This is a really nice visual depiction of that. I'll also note.
Sometimes.
No, go ahead.
I was like, yeah, speaking sometimes is like putting together a puzzle, figuring out ways to speak and all the social cues and stuff. That's a whole thing.
I don't know about other people in chat, but I like to do edges first when I do puzzles. So I gotta see where everything fits this way. Oh, they're on a second date. Great. Oh, I love this. What a remind! I want to go to a market and get fresh bread. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I like. There's less puzzle pieces now.
Mhm.
Maybe they're getting
It's
closer.
getting easier. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
getting easier to tell.
We got some edge friends. We do the edges first. Okay, yeah, now we only have 3 pieces. We're still meshing. Oh, we got another date.
I love the changing color palettes too, and there's like the muted blue as a background.
Oh, now there's only 2. Yeah, now we get even the colors of the conversation bubbles maybe reflect the mood. We're getting closer. I love the cello.
Yeah, I want to find the soundtrack for this game afterwards.
Yeah. Ninja. One might say are pretty edgy people. Oh,
Nice.
look at this.
Good one.
Now the pieces are mirrored, so they're coming together. That's very clever. Okay, this is a detail that I just thought about. I think it can be very tricky to compose music for video games, especially when it's on a loop. And I think the way they just did this scene where they have this sort of cello and piano and music, it just kind of goes on. But when you complete the final piece, they have this, it just kind of goes seamlessly into that little melodic refrain. So I'm just sort of like waxing nerdy here about music. I thought that was a very,
Oh, I
very cool
love it.
touch. How they,
Thank you for sharing.
yeah, how they integrated that into the game. Okay, Act 3, Dreams. I love this, talking about dreams. What are some of your dreams? Do you feel like you have a combination of like long-term and short-term? Like how would you sort of separate out like dreams versus goals?
I guess goals I find are very attainable in the moment in the next couple of months, and dreams are things like that I wish for not just me, but for like the collective human experience, and like just what I like to see as like an older person, an elder. Yeah, like what Krish is looking at, I feel like they're like definitely achievable goals.
Yeah.
To like have an album, a record out, and to play in front of a big audience. Yeah.
I think Florence is being a little bit sad.
Yeah, what kind of wild dreams does everyone else have?
Yeah, thank you, Ninja. Yeah, feel free to share your dreams, whether that's dreams for yourself as an individual, like what you'd like to do someday that's different from a goal, or even just like dreams as like inventions or goals for society. I think it's nice to think about dreams sometimes.
Yeah, I dream of one day being able to live in a home I built with my hands, like with mud and adobe and dirt, and to be able to like host people who want to like just be in nature and to make art with them. And I dream of big families, not just blood family, but like friend families, and being able to share art forever until this body is no longer in this form.
Oh, that's very sweet. We see here, I guess I like this way of revealing her dreams. Oh, now she's smiling. In her dream, she's happy and she's an artist. I love that for her. I want Florence to be happy.
They protect Florence at all costs.
Uh-oh. Are they living together? Are we messy? What is happening?
I don't know. Is it still part of the dreams?
No, this is the next chapter. Oh, very cool.
Gotcha.
John says he wants to visit every continent and at least touch each one of the foot. Just a foot? What about 2 feet? Would you touch him with 2 feet? Oh my gosh, the bottom of the skateboard said knuckle sandwich. That's so funny.
Oh, interesting.
Start cleaning up.
I think that's a very achievable dream, John.
The more...
Touch at least a foot.
Okay, what are we missing? What else needs to be cleaned up? I feel like this is pretty clean.
Oh, the window?
No, we got it.
No.
Oh, gotta hang up his backpack. Okay, I guess I'm less clean. I leave my backpack on the ground. Oh, he has to clean up before she comes over. Academy of Music. See it in application. Oh, is she pushing him towards applying? You would like to meet your birth mother at some point, but that involves trying to contact her with. Slightly intimidating. Oh, Ninja, that's a sweet dream. I can understand how, if you're adopted, that could be a little bit scary. Thank you for sharing that. Ninja, you might be interested to know, I was going to save this for chatting with Hugh, after we finish Florence, but Hugh is also interested in, learning more about your family, where they came from. I don't know if you want to share a little bit of that now, and then maybe we can get into that more in the future. I'm just thinking in light of what Ninja just said about trying to meet his birth mother someday. It kind of ties into your own journey and that trip you're about to take.
Yeah, so I'm actually leaving for Vietnam in less than a week to see if I can learn anything about my ancestral heritage, because where I'm from in China is right by the border of Vietnam and China. And we had the Cultural Revolution in which books and stuff were burned, and I'd love to be able to learn more about just what it was like for Vietnamese people and if there's any connections there. Definitely scary because I'm going alone. It's a solo journey, but it's been on my mind for so long. So
yeah, and it's a long trip, right? It's a few weeks. So
yeah, I'll be there for a month basically. Exploration.
Yeah. There's nothing on this photo. Am I supposed to? Oh, I click on it a lot. Oh, she's meeting his family, maybe? Oh, that's very cool.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Thank you, Ninja. I appreciate that. And I wish you the best too on wherever you get with maybe contacting your birth mother someday.
Yeah. Oh, this says the Hemorrhagianis, so Krish's family. Okay, so this is old school Polaroid. Krish's music friends.
I like how she's pinning memories on a map too, like all these different moments they're sharing together and where they were shared.
Sorry, just look at his face. I wonder if he took a bite of wasabi.
Oh my gosh.
I bet he did.
Relatable.
Also very cool that they went to revolving sushi for his first date. I went to my first revolving sushi bar in Las Vegas, and that was a really cool concept. Like, you could just pick whatever you wanted and put it back when you were done.
Yeah, very convenient.
So I came from South Korea and haven't gotten a chance to go back for a visit yet, but would like to at some point. Ninja, that would be amazing. I really do hope you get to go someday. I've been to Seoul twice. One time for 3 days, and the other time was just sort of passing through the airport. But the time I was there, I felt like I barely scratched the surface, but I loved it so much. The food was delicious. Public transportation was very easy. At the airport, you can rent a little like pocket Wi-Fi. It's like $10 a day or less or something. And you had such like fast internet. It was great. I loved being in Seoul. And yeah, I would love to go back someday and see more of South Korea, especially like going further south and seeing like Busan and beyond. Skateboard lessons. Aw, I'm scared of skateboarding. I don't know if you skateboard.
I feel you. No, I've tried. I actually have a unicycle.
What?
It's a little easier, but I also haven't unicycled in a bit, so I'm also scared of falling or breaking something. Oh,
I love her little cat mug.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Act 4, groceries. I love grocery shopping.
Do you?
I do.
Oh man.
I think I'm just so fascinated by how things are like packaged and displayed. I especially love when I go to other countries, just spending a very long time in grocery stores looking at what's available, and also like I feel like the times I've been in East Asia, so like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, there's always so many like cute characters. It's very colorful. And then I get so sad here in the States. It's like, oh, just maybe like kids cereal is colorful and has fun characters, but I feel like once you're an adult here, it's not okay. But when you travel elsewhere, it's like very okay to have lots of colors and characters on your branding.
Yeah. I do love packaging and looking at that part. But sometimes I get really overwhelmed with the amount of options there are sometimes.
That's
Grocery
fair.
store. Yeah. But I also know you're a big foodie too, so
Oh no, are they yelling? I see some angry eyebrows.
Yeah.
Oh, look, the shape changed. I wonder what that means. You know, they were circle pieces and now they're square. What is happening? Why are you fighting over groceries? Don't fight over groceries. Oh.
Oh. I wonder.
Lots of different shapes, huh? Well, I feel like this happens in every relationship. You know, I feel like it's only when you're actually very comfortable with another person that you can be a little bit grumpy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Uh-oh, do I have to do this fast enough? Uh-oh. Oh no! Oh. Oh no! I know this feeling, sort of the little anger cloud that hangs over your head when you're a little grumpy.
Yeah. Yeah. We're still gonna sit next to each other on the train home.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Will you flip around? Oh, I'm glad they made up. Very real. This is so real. Now they're cooking. I also feel like kitchens can also sometimes be like a source of disagreement and lack of harmony if with people, if you have like different styles of cooking and communication.
Yeah. Oh, and now they're moving in together.
Yeah, after 6 months.
Wow.
Well, this reminds me of another game that we'll play on stream eventually called Unpacking. I'm very excited to play that. But we're doing some preliminary unpacking here. It's like we're watching a movie. I know, yeah, Ninja, this is such a, I love how this game tells a story. It's very, very sweet game. Okay, where should we
And
put
I
these
love
books?
how, yeah, there's like even putting shoes on a shoe rack is a puzzle.
Yeah.
'Cause how do you put your life in another person's life?
And then, okay. Oh, I love the, I forget what it's called. Someone might have to remind me or look it up, but the blend of spices that South Asian and Indian families will use. Like every family has their own sort of blend of spices, and I guess Krish brought his own.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It's really awesome.
What is this, a toaster? No, there's already a toaster. Oh, unless we get, oh, we can move her things? Oh my gosh. I kind of like, sorry, Florence, I like this yellow one more. And then, we want teapot or French press. That's rough. We also
I
have,
think maybe both. What if we take out the Nutella?
what's this? Is this Vegemite?
Is that we're taking out the Vegemite if it's Vegemite.
Because they're in, I think this is in Australia. I could be wrong. Maybe they're in Malaysia.
Okay.
I think well, this is created by an Australian developing game developer. We'll keep the Vegemite. We'll put in, what's this? Oh, we don't need 2 jars. I'll do this. The poor Nutella. Is this ketchup? No. Oh, this is hard. So it's like, there's so many things in this section, right? It's like when you move in with someone, trying to figure out what you keep and don't keep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
it's hard.
Yeah, there's 2 slow cookers, huh?
Yeah, like these 2 big pots.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get rid of one.
Yeah, maybe keep the French press if one of them drinks coffee, you know?
Should we get rid of the teapot?
I'm a tea drinker, so I would keep the teapot.
What's this? Is this also a toaster? I don't know what this is. Let's get rid of this.
Wait, I think that's a pancake press. Or like a panini
Oh,
press.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh, this is hard. This is so stressful. This is very realistic. Oh, that's nice. This fits here. What are these? Gosh, I don't know what to do. I love these containers and I want to keep them.
What if you change out the...
Yeah, like this. And then I think you don't need a... I think it's okay to put this away.
Yeah.
And, I think I'd rather have these jars than ketchup, so I might get rid of the ketchup and...
Okay.
There we go. Okay. Compromise. Oh my goodness. Okay. Are we trying to find room for the toothbrush? Oh, we just put it in here?
I think so.
There.
Aw.
Oh, very cute. Yeah, I think that they do such a good job of depicting what it's like when 2 people move in for the first time, or one person moves into another person's house, and yeah, just trying to figure out how you fit into the other person's life. And I love how it's just like a reminder of all the things we carry with us. I don't know, should we... I just feel bad getting rid of her things. Can't you just get another bookshelf?
Yeah, like Florence's bookshelf, Krish's bookshelf.
Yeah. I feel like this is for her bike, right? Like a bike pump.
Yeah. I think the skateboard is important though.
Yeah.
He does skateboard a lot.
Oh no, I don't want to get rid of the picture of her and her mom. Okay, so what is this? Oh, we could get rid of extra books. I'm okay moving the books in favor of this. Oh, we have the option of either doing... I feel like we could get rid of this stuffy and put in his family picture. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. And then we can also... It's a cricket bat and a ball. Yes, Open Road. I love that detail.
Gotcha.
I think it's okay to not... Oh, we could actually get rid of more books and put in maybe the record player and the records at the bottom. So, let's do that.
It's my partner.
We always love partners and pets. Sometimes the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, a cello? I love... Oh, our butterfly. Alright. Auditions are today. It's very stressful. Did you grow up playing music?
A little bit. I learned the viola, and then I didn't like the performing aspects of playing the viola, so I stopped. But I did like dancing, so...
Okay, like in middle school and high school, or...?
More like before elementary school.
Okay.
Yeah, when I came to America, we didn't really have a lot of money to put me into extracurriculars, so I just did it on my own. Aww.
I know. He got her a watercolor set because he's remembering her dreams. That's very sweet. So when I was living in Boston, this is at the time... Oh, here come the alarms! Who's gonna get up? Oh, they got up!
Oh, wow.
But yeah, when I was living in Boston, I was... this is when I was in graduate school for ethnomusicology, and I volunteered part-time in the Somerville public schools, teaching orchestra. So for 4th and 5th graders all the way up through high school. And I remember having to write letters in support of keeping the music program alive in schools because some students, their parents wanted to pull them out because their parents believed that music was a distraction and that they wouldn't get into college. You should focus more on your academics rather than music. And that always made me so sad because I think that colleges actually look for students who are more well-rounded. And I think music is also, just multiple studies have shown how beneficial it is for your mind and your mental health. So I really try to do all I could to be this is why your child should stay in a music program. And I didn't want to be look at me as an example, but this is people who stand music, it's so good for you. And it made me sad. Yeah. If you don't take extra languages or music, I just think any chance you can take to expand your mind and learning is great.
I hear you 100%. Creativity is required too in all STEM types of jobs.
I think it's funny that they don't eat the crusts.
I'm not a big fan of crusts either. I usually give it to my dogs.
Oh, I love this. Communicating through emojis. Is this wrong? Is this... No, I'm not gonna do a sad face.
Maybe a winky.
Is one of these wrong? Oh no, I don't know how to take it up. What? Oh no.
Ninja, you should definitely try learning guitar. Even if it's just stringing it, the feeling of making your own sound with your fingers it's such a nice feeling.
It is. Hugh, we're stuck. I wonder,
oh, no.
Did we?
You can't press the check mark, huh?
Something happened. I'm glad. I was oh no, did we lose everything? Oh, she's just going. I'm not even pressing. Look at her. She's on a roll. She did that all by herself. Okay, cooking. Gotta shake the pan. Even dispersal of heat. This looks delicious.
Yeah. Is it a stir fry or a
It
curry?
looks like a
Not quite
curry.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is lovely. Painting or sketching while he plays music.
Mhm. One of my favorite things to do at the Cloud House is parallel play. And sometimes people would just come and they have their own projects and we'll just make things together. And yeah.
I've never heard that parallel play. That's really cool.
Mhm. Yeah, so it's a form of like hanging out, but you don't have to constantly talk or engage with each other, but you can work on your own projects next to each other. And I think there's like research that shows that that's like it also helps create closer relationships when you can just be silent with other people and work on your own things.
I love that, Hugh. I feel like I do that, or I try to like cultivate that a lot, and I didn't know there was like an actual name. So thank you for sharing that. I'm gonna look more into it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and
numbers.
Ninja, if you love singing but you're nervous to sing in front of people, on the internet you can find like the Bluetooth mics that connect to your iPhone where you can karaoke to songs you like, and you're basically singing like professionally on a mic.
Sorry, I love when her mom calls because it just reminds me of
Yeah.
my mom.
This time she has gray hair.
It is, yeah, and I guess our hair's a little bit longer. I wonder how much time has passed. And then Hugh, we didn't really discuss, the details of the backgrounds with, her mom and her when she was younger, and they're both happy, and then this very sad, like, time and a progression of time reminder in the background with a clock.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like for her the importance of her daughter is like, it's right behind her, whereas Florence is like on the clock, like she's more focused on her career than to speak to her mother.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Okay.
They work on Android too. As long as the Android what is it, has Bluetooth, you'll be able to connect to it.
Yeah, let us know, Ninja, if it works. That'd be awesome. Karaoke master.
Yeah, I actually have one in my room.
Oh no, maybe it didn't go so well. I see he's a little stressed out. Oh, pizza is a great, when you're stressed and you have no more energy, just order pizza and feel a little bit better. Uh-oh, erosion.
Uh,
I know, a little bit scary.
no.
Oh, oh no, not the clock. Oh no, no! Now they're separate. Is it called Karaoke Master, Hugh?
Maybe. I think if you look it up on Amazon, it should be karaoke. Even sure, really. But if that's what it's called on the Android market thing, I think that's the one. And you can pull up YouTube videos with lyrics that you can sing to without the voice. So it would be your voice singing.
I'm already
Oh
getting really sad.
no! Are you like erasing the dream part that?
I think
Oh.
so. This makes me sad. I don't want to do this. It's trying to keep him intact as long as I can, but I think I have to erase him soon. Okay, we'll just. Oh. I'm curious to see. Oh, I understand his feeling of things piling up and getting buried. Yeah. This is so relatable.
Yeah.
This game is making me think, okay, Kathleen, what are your dreams? Chase them before it's too late. Stop piling things on top of your art. Finish your crochet projects.
Yeah, what are your dreams, Kathleen?
That's a good question. I'll have to think about that because I think off the top of my head, I don't have any like very like fun like long-term aspirations. So like I love John's answer of like touching every continent. I guess that would be a dream. I don't think I'll ever be able to achieve that in my lifetime. I know it's bad to say that now because the answer should be no, Kathleen. Like you should shoot for that dream, but I don't know if I will. Um, I guess this is more of a goal than a dream. One of my goals is to visit every national park in the US. I think that would be
Mm.
really wonderful. I guess a
Yeah, and there's so
dream,
many.
yeah. I think sometimes dreams are things that you don't even know if they'll happen. I think I would love to see if in my lifetime if something interesting can happen in space or if all of the doom and gloom people are proven wrong about, AI and chat GPTs taken over. I really hope that doesn't happen. So maybe that could be a dream, like maybe AI and people can live in harmony. I'm a little bit scared, but I would love to see us spend more resources on space because I think it's so interesting and also like technology. Maybe like the coming up with not a metaverse because I think as much as I love video games and screen time, I don't want to spend my whole life with like a VR headset. But I think it'd be cool if,
Mm.
just like how the World Wide Web changed the way that we communicate with one another, if there's a way, if there's sort of like this next like revolutionary step in how we communicate using technology, I would love to see that. Tan, Ready Player One, real life. John, it's okay. I can talk to the AI for you guys. John, are you volunteering to be the human ambassador?
Yeah, it reminds me of do you ever remember watching the movie Wall-E?
Yes.
Like that's the future I hope we don't get. At least in
Yeah.
this dimension.
Yeah, VR is fun, but I wouldn't want to live in it for sure, right? Oh, I'm so sad. I don't want them to fight. I'm like very sensitive to other people, like just people fighting, even if it's on like TV or movies. I don't like when people are upset. It makes me upset. I've been watching Ted Lasso recently. I don't know if you're familiar with Ted Lasso. It's on Apple
Oh,
TV. It's a really good show. I really enjoy it, but it's a little bit dramatic this season, and I'm always a little bit stressed out watching it.
really?
But it's very good. Yeah, it features Jason Sudeikis as like an American coach who goes overseas to take over a British soccer, although they call it football team. It's very funny, and I think it's very well written. But they're definitely getting more into like sort of the interpersonal like character development arc. So there's a lot of drama. It always makes me a little bit stressed to watch it. It's very
I'll
good.
definitely have to check that out.
Oh, Ninja, your sister said she liked a park in Utah called Zion. Zion is beautiful, but I only went there once, very, very briefly. This is when I first moved to Las Vegas in 2019 from Indiana, from the Midwest. I really missed the leaves changing, and so I asked my boyfriend to take me to Zion because I wanted to see the leaves changing before it was too late. So I went in November, I think. Either October or November. It was pretty cold. And we drove like, I don't know, 3 or 4 hours there from Vegas. And by the time we got there, we had time for like kind of like a short like bus tour or loop and walk. And then we had to drive back. And that's the only time I've ever been to Zion. But I would love to go again. Have you been, Hugh? Have you been to any like Valley of Fire? I guess that's a state park or other national parks.
Yeah, I like last year I camped for the first time
Very
in
fun.
Death Valley, and a month ago, my partner and I we went to visit our friend Michael, who lives right behind Zion.
Uh-huh.
So he showed us a bit of this area right behind his trailer that is public lands, and it was really beautiful. And we got to drive through on the east. I think it was the east entrance of Zion. It's so beautiful.
Oh no. The pieces don't match. The pieces don't
Oh,
match.
interesting.
Huh.
Is there?
What do we do? They don't match.
I think gotta move forward.
Yeah, I think we have to leave it. Maybe there is
Yeah.
no. We just leave it. There are broken puzzle pieces. Sad. But again, I guess I like how realistic this game is. Not every story ends with a happy ending. Not every couple gets back together. Oh. Oh my gosh. They're moving on their own.
Oh, and so you're able to move them, but you can't put them back together, huh?
Let's see.
No?
Yeah, I think they're just drifting. I can try to put together, I think, what I think. But yeah, the pieces are all stuck and they're constantly in motion. I think this is very symbolic, right? Of how we try to hold on to things and memories sometimes, but maybe in the end we can't. This is so sad.
Oh.
Moving out. Okay, well, guess we'll take your slippers back. What else was yours?
I like how, like, yeah, everything, you can't really tell who's whose anymore because
I know.
kind of lived together for so long.
So I wonder, can he take her sauces? No, okay. He can only take the things that belong to him. That's good to know, at least. He's honorable. Oh, this is so sad. Cricket bat. And then all these empty spaces that are left behind.
Wow, that's a lot of empty spaces.
Yeah. This is the opposite of unpacking the game.
Packing. I've never heard of that game before. Unpacking. Are you just unpacking like this?
Yeah, so you learn about it's almost like a puzzle game. Through you learn more about the life of this young woman over time through different stages of her life by unpacking boxes and putting things around her room. You'll have to watch when we play it on stream.
Yeah,
it's a very chill and relaxing game, and I love how this is another way to tell a story through the things that belong to people and sort of the conjectures you make along the way. No! I don't want to throw this away. Oh, Hugh, I'm so sad.
Yeah. Oh. I mean, even the color palette is just so gray.
I don't like that it got crumpled up. And maybe she could have saved the photos. I don't know. It's very sad. Okay, we're in the last act of this game. Am I supposed to? Oh, symbolically, I guess he's being erased from her mind. Very sad. I know, John. My heart's breaking. Some loneliness. I can very much feel this, like after a fresh breakup, you know, when you sort of rediscover who you are as a person again after having so much of yourself tied up in or next to another person. I think that's very realistic. Oh, is she about to call her mom? Her mom probably knows it's serious because she's always the one calling, and this time it's her daughter wanting help. Let go. Oh.
You can wait?
I don't want to though, but yeah, I guess am I supposed to just let him pass me? This is hard.
So.
I can't hold on.
Oh.
How do I? Please pass me. Or maybe I'm just supposed to walk past him. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. I just have to let go. Literally let go, not touching anything. Oh. The game developers really did a great job with, I guess, the hand-drawn aspect of this game and the colors.
Yeah. This is all hand drawn, huh?
Yeah. Oh, wake up. Push. Oh, I wonder if she's gonna... Actually, this is kind of nice, how she remembered art, and now she's sort of losing herself in that. Ruby, hello, welcome in. Welcome into our stream. We're almost at the end. I'm sorry, we're almost at the end of our game today, Florence, but we're about to have a very fun chat and interview with our guest Hugh today. So I hope you can stick around for that if you're available. Great to see you.
Yeah, welcome. And I like what you said about time, Ninja. That time is in a way one of the most unforgiving things. It's ever moving, and you can never go back to retry events you may regret. But I guess that teaches you somehow.
Ninja.
I think so too.
That's very true. Thank you for that observation. And I love, okay, look at how bright her life is becoming now that she's drawing. I think I feel this very much. I think there are moments where sometimes I'm like very down or I feel like I'm not being productive in my everyday life, like outside of work. But I think the moments where, you know, I start a new project, whether it's like art or maybe reading a book that I really like, I like when I can lose myself in something creative and then I feel like more at peace. This is why I play music a lot too. As a way to relax.
And I like how, yeah, she's reconnecting with her mom. And
she got second prize at an art festival. Aww. Sketch club. She got a cat named Loaf. You all.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Florence, I wish we could be friends. Oh, she has her own shop? That's great. This is such a millennial thing. I'm seeing way more. Oh, yep. Social media, the likes and keeps going up and up and up. That's awesome. This is great.
I like how she was still able to like remember her and use her skills from her old money job, right?
Yeah.
To help her now in this part of her life.
Okay, moving on. This is the last chapter of the game. And then we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to chat with Hugh and see some of their beadwork, which I'm super excited about.
Stick around.
Oh, we're packing, but this time it's a good packing. Oh, look at this little panda figure.
So cute.
I have a friend who hates pandas with like all of her might and being, so it's kind of funny that there's a panda here. Oh. One last. Oh, the little things. I feel like enough time has passed. It seems like she's not as hurt anymore, and now she can just sort of remember the good times they had together. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. Instead of throwing it away, she's keeping the photo.
That was a big part of her life. That's that person.
Yeah. Yay, her mom is proud.
I would have loved to see like how their relationship progressed too. Like,
yeah.
What made her mom realize like Florence pursuing her love for art was what she really wanted.
Oh, I'm happy for Florence. I want to buy her art. I'm convinced. Sign me up. If there's a fake but real Etsy shop, there's Loaf. I will buy her art and put it up in my office. Or maybe I'll just be inspired to make my own. Oh, this is very happy and sweet. She's living my dream except with ceramics. Oh, Ruby, you are a wonderful artist. I believe you've shown an example once of your ceramics, and I would love to see more. I hope you can definitely spend more time doing the things that you love. So keep us updated on that. Okay, so phew, that was Florence.
Yeah, that was an adventure.
Yeah.
I felt so many times like one like oh so sensitive.
I know. I think, what I really appreciate is I don't think there are nearly enough very like short but effective games. I play a lot of games that are like 60, 100 hours, all about replayability and DLC. And this is a very sweet, like self-contained story and interactive experience that's really lovely. And I'm glad.
Yeah, I'm curious to see. Also, congratulations, good job to all the musicians that are part of this game. They were amazing. But I'm curious to see, like, if we were to play this game later on in our lives, what kind of like things that we would feel connected to, or not anymore.
Right. If this would hit different, definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I can.
Even the ending title's interactive.
I
That's
love
pretty
that.
cool.
I was being polite and letting it play. Okay, so
Oh,
friends. Oh, I know that's our butterfly. Oh,
yeah.
oh, I love that there's a
Oh,
gallery.
wow.
I wonder if this is like the sketches of,
Mm.
yeah, maybe like the game design. Like, how are we gonna show? Oh, this is very cool. Ugly lamp.
Mhm. I love how they showed us their process because
Yeah,
I've never seen like a game development process before.
yeah, I love that. And I was right. It was Vegemite. Yes,
Oh my gosh.
it was
Yep.
Vegemite. Let's say, need to show her bored, same old life. Artist chef, early age interest, level up in old, ignoring 20s. Oh, yeah. Well, this is a really beautiful game. Yeah, Ruby, you almost never see concept art like behind the scenes. This is really nice to see.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, well, let's take, for everyone to chat, thank you so much for sticking around with us to this point. Go get a drink of water or have a snack if you need one. I think we're going to take just a very brief break and then we'll be right back. So don't leave us. I would say like 3 to 5 minutes and then we'll be back and I'll be here chatting with you. You can get to learn more about them and their work in their upcoming trip. So we'll be right back. Hello, everyone. We are back. And as you can see, we have this very exciting new overlay where Hugh is showing some beadwork. Can you talk to us about what we're seeing in the middle of the screen here? This is very, very cool.
So I'm basically using a baking sheet right now as or baking tray right now as my baking space, but scissors, nylon thread that I use for my beading. I have some bigger beads that I use for the center. This is what I'm making. You can see.
Yeah, that's very
But,
cute. Your audio is a little bit distorted, just a little bit,
oh, let me check.
but thank you for showing that. This is very, very cool.
Yeah. How about now?
Yes, that's great.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm making these little flowers that I'll be patching together into a big dress at the end. So, and these are all beads that I've collected through my years of um, fashion design when I used to live in New York, and also just gifted in community to people. Yeah, so a lot of my craft items are free.
I love that.
Thankfully.
Yeah, so I guess for our friends in chat who have never been to a Humanities at Play stream before, of course we have the gameplay segment at the beginning, but sometimes we like to cut to a second part, especially if it's a person joining us for the first time. And this is really a chance for you to, ask questions of Hugh or me if you want, but really the focus should be on Hugh about their work and what they do, and just get to know them a little bit better. So by all means, feel free to ask away. Hugh, I thought today it was really your idea to suggest yourself doing some beadwork while we chat and I ask you some questions. So I'm just wondering, as we get started, maybe we can sort of get everyone's like mind thinking as you sort of talk to us about your work and your background. Like I would love to know, what your journey has been as like an artist and a community cultivator. Like how did you get to where you are now? Because I know like this, you probably never, like when you're growing up, you probably never thought, I want to have like a cloud house and create this space. It sort of took you a while to get there.
Yeah. Um, Let me think. It's definitely a bit my personal journey has been kind of chaotic, but in the best of ways. And hi, welcome in, Silver. Nice to see you. Oh yeah, and if anyone has questions about beading or want to start beading, definitely feel free to ask me. Um, this is like what I consider parallel play. Like I'm able to make stuff and chat with Kathleen and you all. But how I ended up starting this space called the Cloud House, which is a modular community art space that's built that's in out of my garage of my home. I initially thought of it when I was in my last year of college in New York City,
Hmm.
and I was still doing fashion design at the time and working, interning, and going to school for fashion. I realized like what I'm doing wasn't so conducive to my heart work, which is being able to connect with people, being able to like make art and just like really make in a way that isn't so exploitative. Like a lot of times in fashion, the way that labor is exchanged within garment workers and the factories were horrendous. Um, and I saw that when I was there, and I was like, I can't be part of this process. And so I read this book called All About Love
Hmm.
by Bell Hooks, and that activated me to start thinking of okay, like how can I build love in community? And at the time, like I have a single mom, like working class, and I didn't know what ways were open to me.
Hmm.
Um, so I was like, well, we have a house. We have a house and we have a garage space that maybe I can build something out of and share my craft and my art and share books for anyone for free and share my skills for free as long as people want it. And so that's what I've been doing. And we're kind of in the year and a half mark of the Cloud House right now. We've had fundraiser shows where all the proceeds would go to the Cupcake Girls, which is an organization that supports sex workers in Southern Nevada. We've had acoustic shows. We've had beading workshops. That's actually where I learned how to bead flowers, which was with a Aztec artisan named Roberta Garcia. And a lot of the times when I'm here, I just do one-on-one workshops with people, like whatever they want to learn or whatever resources. I've had houseless neighbors come for resources as well. And we were able to connect him with a job. And now he messaged me the other day and he was able to finally get into an apartment, which makes me really happy. And yeah, so yeah, that's kind of what I do. I'm mostly here on my own. Sometimes my partner's in the corner over there playing video games. And I also interact with people online, rather that's through video, TikToks, or just, yeah, like this.
Yeah. And Silver says props to you. I think he was talking about their mother, so I don't think he was a mother. I guess you have a pet,
Oh, yeah.
you have a fur baby, you have a doggo,
I
but
have a fur
not
baby.
children yet, just fur
No,
baby.
yeah, I'm not a mom. I'm like more of a mom to our dog and cats. But my mom, so I'm from China, and my mom who immigrated here on her own, and so she's the one that's really given me the opportunity to be the way I am.
That's really wonderful. And, something I wanted to chat about, and I sort of mentioned this at the beginning of the stream when I was introducing our plans for this month in Humanities at Play. So, May has always been really important to me for, well, a lot of different reasons. My birthday is in May. My brother's birthday is in May as well. I don't really care so much about birthdays, but the other parts of May, like,
Well,
uh,
happy
thank
birthday.
you. Like Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month is in May, as well as Mental Health Awareness Month. So both those things I think I've always really cared about. I've always sort of felt a little disconnected from my own heritage. However, you'd like to define that. I think about it as, sort of what it means to have family in Taiwan and to have my parents be Hakka. When I was growing up, my I just thought of Hakka as the language that I would hear whenever I was in trouble because my parents would speak Mandarin with us, with me and my siblings. But if they didn't want us to know what they were saying, they would switch to Hakka, and then I could kind of tell by the tone and the way they would like point at us that they were like angry. And so I always just thought of Hakka as language of getting in trouble. But no, it's its own ethnicity and culture in Mandarin. It's Kejia, which means like guest. So in Taiwan, the Hakka were they're guests because they fled from southern China to Taiwan earlier this century and last. And so there's a whole like history of, I guess, my ancestors I don't know about, and I always wish I knew a little bit more. Um, I actually wrote a blog post when I first joined Nevada Humanities in April 2020. This is one of the first things I ever wrote. I'm going to share it because it meant a lot to me. I get really emotional sometimes when I think about family and heritage and what that means. Even though I was born here in the States, because even though I'm close to my family, we're also not close at the same time because of like linguistic and cultural barriers. Like with my parents, we speak in a mix of broken English and Mandarin. Like, so even this is like a metaphor from Florence, like all the puzzles and how your puzzles fit together. Our conversations are puzzles, like puzzle pieces of languages that don't quite fit and are never quite perfect and never really reflect exactly what we want to say to the other person. So it's always been like sort of a sore point for me, I guess. But I'm sharing in stream. I wrote this back in 2020, and if you're curious, anyone in chat, you're welcome to check it out and learn more about my father's childhood home, which was actually turned into a museum several years ago, which is so fascinating to me, right? So it's more of like,
Wow.
preservation of memories and a way of life. So he grew up in a very traditional Hakka longhouse, and the Taiwanese government, they're gonna, they in the process of sort of developing the land and building these like big high-rise apartments and other like facilities and stuff. They tore down and destroyed a lot of like farmland and old houses. And so a lot of people got together to preserve these old houses, and that's part of what resulted in my dad's home becoming a museum. So there's photos in there. I had lots of photos in that blog post.
So are you saying that like if I were to go to Taiwan tomorrow and I can just go visit your father's old home?
You can. You absolutely could. I would have to ask them where it is because this is like another consequence of I think being so reliant on my parents and not really knowing Chinese because whenever we go to Taiwan, like I don't know addresses, I don't know how to navigate, I don't know where anything is, and so it makes me a little bit sad actually to think about my parents passing away or if something happened. Like I don't know how I would connect to the other side of my family. It's a little bit scary. I don't know about you
Yeah.
and if you're close or if you talk to your family in China or other parts of the world.
I Yeah, well, first of all, I am so interested to learn more about Hakka. I barely really know a lot about the indigenous history and just even the history in general of Taiwan. And besides food, and I love that, you know, because you're a foodie, I'm a foodie too, and we're able to share on just being able to bridge conversations through eating. And even Ruby and Ninja talking about bean and cheese burritos. I am so hungry. But I'm sorry, I totally forgot the question. I got really excited about what you were saying.
Oh, no, it's okay. We were just talking about if you were going to go to Taiwan tomorrow, if you could visit my dad's home.
Yeah, I do, and that's like kind of what I wanted to do during my trip to Vietnam too, is to
Yeah.
see if like because my I grew up knowing that my grandpa was a cook and he was a cook for the Communist Party, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but that's what they call it in Chinese is Dan Wei. And we would always have a lot of Vietnamese people around us, like in the schools, the people he would feed, and I just I want to know more about like before we were all called like the Han people, because you know there's thousands of indigenous communities throughout China, and I just want to learn more about that aspect of my culture, about my history than just like the majority. Like even my dialect of Mandarin or Chinese is very different than the hegemonic Mandarin
Yeah.
in China.
Yeah.
And like you know, we're talking about language and sometimes the loss of communication because we don't always have the same words, and it's almost like a mix mash
Hmm.
of speaking, like the way that I speak Chinglish basically with my mom, and she's able to understand it. But I live with my grandma too, and she's not able to really understand me sometimes because the way I speak Mandarin, it's like a kid,
No, mine is
like a
too, definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very
But
like maybe like with a slight accent, definitely like a kid.
yeah,
I'm wondering
yeah.
for friends in chat too, even if you might not be from an Asian diaspora or community, like if you like what sort of your thoughts on like heritage and connecting like to your family, like to your family's background. Um,
Mhm.
I've always thought about doing one of those like DNA tests, like 23andMe or Ancestry. I'd be curious to see just what happens. It probably wouldn't
Mhm.
be terribly exciting, but I just think it's very cool that science and genetics can reveal a little bit more about a person, or that we feel like compelled to want to take these tests to see what they reveal about us, whatever that means. So yeah, friends in chat, let us know. If
Mhm.
you have ever done sort of like genealogy of your own family or genetic tests, or if you've sort of taken these trips to learn more about your own background, like Hugh's about to do. Um, yeah. So Hugh, can you tell? So what? How long have you been planning this trip to Vietnam? Vietnam.
Um, let's see. I started planning it around the beginning of this year, actually. I've been talking about it for so long. It was kind of like a thing that manifested. It's a little flower. One of the petals is a little too big, but I like to make things not perfect. Um, but yeah, I started planning this trip in the beginning of this year looking first at tickets and just the logistics of it. Like, for instance, for Vietnam with an American passport, I have to have a passport that is at least 6 months old, and what their visa process was like. How, because I know I found out that northern Vietnam, which I'll be in for a bit of my time there, have a bigger history of conflict with China than northern and central. And so, like, learning more about the cultural history of the country was something that I was looking at for a while. And yeah, I think I finally just came to the conclusion of like, I want to go. I just want to go and I want to see. Because even my mom, when she came to America, she actually left China through Vietnam as a refugee. And that was how she was able to make it to America. And I just want to know what that process is like, even if it's just through books and whatever libraries that they have there that may contain English or picture books. I would love to learn. Some of my favorite writers and filmmakers are Vietnamese, and I guess like, so like from a humanities perspective, I've just always really loved the way that a lot of the writers from there write and look at the world. So yeah, I was like, well, I'm gonna just do it before my body can't do it anymore.
I love that. Hugh, you have activated my trap card. You said humanities, so I'm going to ask you, Hugh, what do the humanities mean to you? I think that, of course, our series, our program series today is entitled Humanities at Play, and we tell people that, part of what we're trying to do with Twitch and also offline, we're going to do in-person events as well with Humanities at Play, but show how the humanities are in our everyday lives and why they're important. And I think it's good to ask everyone what the humanities mean to them because everyone has a little bit of a different answer. And I think that's the beauty. And that also ties into the humanities, how these little puzzle pieces come together to form a greater understanding. So, yeah, what do the humanities mean to you?
Yeah. Well, so I had to look up the definition of humanities. And I love the fact that there were just so many definitions and every one of them was like just slightly different in nuance. And so I was like, I think the first thing that comes up is like, okay, the word human is in it, as cheesy and, as it is, but like, it's like the what we create together, what humans build, how we are all like little roots of a tree forming and separating, and even in freedom. Yeah. And it's like that. It's like being able to build these stories across barriers, rather that's through beating, through gaming, poetry, books, writing. At least those things are just so meaningful. And sometimes I wish I knew the science, like the language of math, because I feel like if I'm able to really like speak the language of math, I can find the beauty in that, the humanities in math too, and sciences, which yeah.
No, I definitely think about connection and community when I think about the humanities, which ties into your answer. And that also ties so beautifully, I think, into the work that you do, with the Cloud House. I think what you do there, it's all about getting people together and really embracing what it means to be human with all of its flaws and imperfections, but also celebrating, what brings us together and how we can support one another as we journey through life. So can you talk a little bit more? I think I asked you previously, but what are some upcoming events you have at the Cloud House? And if someone wanted to get involved, like what could they do?
Yeah. So right now we were doing beading workshops every Thursday. We're taking a pause until July because Roberta, the teacher, is going to be at Sundance. She is Mashika, and she is Shumash. But yeah, she's an amazing uh, person who's been beading these type of things and even way better than me for over 30 years. So restarting in July, we'll be doing beading workshops. Currently, what I offer is Cloud House open hours, where you can set book a time with me on my Calendly, whether that's to make something together or we can parallel play together, or if you want to sew or mend something. I have a whole shelf of free art supplies right here that people can take and use. And what else? Yeah, I slowly, after I come back to Las Vegas after my trip, I'm going to be starting up a sitting circle for younger girls and gender nonconforming and trans folks to just really, it'll be a really small group, but just to be able to get together and grieve and just like give space to the lost time of COVID that has impacted a lot of this demographic of people who I'm in community with a lot. And yeah, those are just some of the few things. But yeah, things are constantly changing here. That's what I like.
Yeah, and you have some questions in chat, I'm sure you see. So Ruby asked, what are you doing with your beadwork? I noticed you're beading a lot of little flowers, and I wonder if it's for a bigger art project or for something smaller.
Yeah, Ruby. So I'm actually working on a collection. I haven't made clothing in, I think, 2 years. Because I kind of fell out of love with it for a long time, with like seeing the way that like at a mass production market, how exploitative it was. So I wanted to make a project about trading with people. So I have a bunch of these gambling table mats I've collected up here.
Oh, that's what those
Um,
are. Very cool.
yeah, and like I kind of can't show you, but all my chairs are reupholstered with gambling table mats from Suncoast Casino here in Vegas.
Uh-huh.
And I just want to be able to like make a love letter through clothing to the service workers in the city. So taking the gambling table mats and designing with them clothing that show that they're real person, that they're not just like a person in a uniform serving you. And so this is one of the dresses that I'm making right now. It's going to be beaded all together into like a really beautiful dress. And so my mom works at Suncoast Casino, and like she'll be one of my models. And
Oh.
just throughout the past 3 years, I've just been doing ethnographic research with all the different people who work in casinos, and even now I'm still like looking for participants who'd be down to be part of this. And yeah, that's what the bigger project is. Long answer.
No, that's amazing. Thank you for sharing. And Ruby, I hope that inspires you too. That's very cool because Ruby, of course, is also an artist. And I like when
Nice.
artists are in communion with one another and you can get inspired and think about other ways that you can maybe use your work in public ways, or even if you don't want to, just ways you can get inspired by the people around you.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're ever in Vegas, Ruby, come by. Let's
Well,
make stuff together.
Hugh, I don't know who is going, but I just learned that TwitchCon is going to be in Vegas this October. I don't know if I'm going, but it might be an
Really?
excuse for. I feel like we're going to have a lot of streamers and Twitch fans who are going to be sort of what's the word? Overtaking, descending upon Las Vegas. That's it, descending upon the city in that time. So yeah,
Oh, I had no idea. That's awesome. Oh,
yeah.
I just flicked the bead.
Oh, no worries, Ruby. Yeah, you don't have to go to TwitchCon. I'm a little bit scared of sometimes like super large gatherings, but I do know some people who were thinking about going. So I guess
Mm.
this is a PSA. Yeah, if you are going to be in Vegas this year, whether it's for TwitchCon or something else, the Cloud House, you can learn more about it on Instagram or Hugh's website. I think Instagram's the best way, but I think Hugh
Yeah,
would love to see you. If you ever want to stop by and just see what it's like. Um, it's really a space for everyone, is what I feel like. It's just a community space.
yeah, and I find I call everyone my virtual neighbors, because even though I'm in like the suburbs, a lot of my neighbors are on the internet. Sometimes they'll find me. Like my new friend Jesse just moved here from LA, and we are halfway through making a comfy, cozy T-shirt for him with some of the supplies I have in the cloud house. And I connected him to a lot of different other like grassroots
Mm.
communities, like Victoria at the Solidarity Fridge. So he's been engaging with the community in different ways.
That's
At first, he
awesome.
wasn't even sure if he wanted to stay in Las Vegas, but now, kind of like going back to humanities, like when you finally feel like at home, like you know who you can make things with, and that there is a community of people that are just as loving and interested about their passions of writing or music or illustration,
Hmm.
that you can find a home here too, wherever it may be.
So yeah, everyone, please consider, supporting Hugh and their work. If you're ever in Las Vegas, or even if it's just following them on Instagram and chatting with them there, I think just knowing that, their work is being seen and appreciated, and if you can connect them with others, that would be great.
Yes, I definitely can connect you with others.
Hugh, I'm wondering really quickly if you can tell chat what a third space means, because you use that term in your bio, and it was the first time I'd heard of it, and I think it's such a cool concept. I think it's another one of those things where maybe I kind of knew what this was, but I didn't know the actual term.
Right. Yeah, so a third space, there's definitely like a proper definition of it. But as a person who has experienced third spaces growing up in China, there are these spaces that aren't your places of work, that aren't places where you buy things in, like a mall, right? But they're places where you can gather that isn't your home. So, for instance, I've never been in that space, but like a barber shop, if you've ever been to New York or Brooklyn or any place where like you peek into a barber shop and people are just hanging out, they're not even getting a haircut. That's like a third space. And third spaces are places where you can engage with a community that isn't just um, your your communion, like your blood family or people you go to school with, but um, yeah, a place that you can still be yourself and not having to purchase anything to be there.
And that's what you're doing with the Cloud House.
Yeah. So what I'm offering is really just like come make things with me or not. If you want to just chat, you can do that too. And I hope that you can find and bring your friends. And if your friends want to just game here, you can. Um, and I like that, be able to share that space with people.
I love that. Okay, I have a few last fun questions for you before we end stream today. And of course, for friends in chat, feel free to keep asking us questions if you're curious about Hugh or anything else that we're chatting or talking about. Hugh, this is sort of backtracking a bit, but I'm just wondering, what is your background with video games and the world of gaming?
So my background with games and the world of gaming is so growing up in Vegas, a lot of my friends love video games, and because it was so hot, all we do is play video games. So I grew up with Kingdom Hearts and Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess in particular, and Final Fantasy. And when I got to high school, I started cosplaying. And cosplay was one way that allowed me to be a creator and create. Thank you, Ruby. But yeah, like cosplay allowed me to be a creator and I can build myself into the characters I love. Like I showed Kathleen this, but I built Lightning's look from Final Fantasy 13 Part 2, like the whole armor. And that was so fun because it was like creative problem solving of how do I take something that's 2D and make it 3D and make it as close as possible to the way that the game designers built it. So yeah, that's kind of been where I'm at. And I also just love good rhythm games. I love going to game nests and like DDR and tanko drums. So
Taiko is great. I think Taiko is my, especially if you can find it in the arcade, which I think is very hard to do sometimes, if they don't have Japanese arcade games. But yeah, Taiko is my favorite arcade game.
it's so fun. Like some of the music that they get to that they choose for it is really good. They have anime theme songs on there too. So
Yeah, they have the Taiko rhythm game for the Switch. So I splurged on one of the, it's a small one, but like a very small taiko drum with a little drum set up. And I hope someday I can play that on stream. I need to figure out how to sort of
yeah,
bring all my Switch things up here because I can connect my Switch. It's just I don't know how I would beat on the taiko drum, but I will figure it out.
Yeah, and you're really good at this. So
Thank you.
yeah.
So another question I wanted to ask you, and thank you for sharing your experience with video games. I think it's always fun to hear, I guess, like so-called like origin stories or how you got exposed to games, whether it was when you were growing up or later on in life. And I know we have guests coming on stream, of course, later, some of whom have never played a video game, or maybe their only knowledge of video games is like the very old games, like maybe like Centipede or Tetris or Super
Mhm.
Mario. So I love that we can showcase games like Florence, today, for example, which is something that probably people wouldn't think of as necessarily a video game or that's even possible to do in the realm of gaming. But I think we saw that, it's what a beautiful way to tell a story and have us experience all the emotions. And I think, video games can do that for a lot of people, which is great. Hugh, I wanted to ask, this is something I like to ask people the first time they appear on Twitch with me. Um, what is your favorite place in Nevada? Or if you have a hard time picking just one, like what is like a top three list of places that you love?
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Um gosh.
And this is just to get people to learn a little bit more about our state. And it's okay,
Yeah.
if you even if you've
No,
never
no,
left
I
Las Vegas or even if you're a big traveler, I love to know about the places that mean a lot to people.
yeah. I definitely really, really love what is it? Valley of Fire. I love being able to walk through there. Can I give four places?
Yes, yes.
Okay, four places. Valley of Fire. Most of these are going to be in southern Nevada, just because that's kind of where I spend most of my time. The wetlands on the east side, just especially at sundown when the sun is setting and the glow of the sky. Like the skies in Nevada are so different than any other place I've ever lived. No matter how long I spend outside of Nevada, I miss the mountains. I miss the skyline here. But the sunset at the Wetlands Park on East Vegas is one of my favorite places. And as a city person, I love Shanghai Plaza. I love the fact that there's the manga shop where you
Yes.
can just sit out and like chat with your friends. That's another third space. Technically, not really, but like you don't have to necessarily buy anything, but you can just hang out there and chat with your friends about manga and anime. And they have like all the different kinds of Asian foods and stuff. There's even a polenta shop down there.
What?
It's like Mexican.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Mexican uh like ice cream
Oh, the
and
paletas. Yeah.
paleta.
Yeah.
Yeah, paleta. Yeah. Sorry, I totally butchered it. It's amazing. I love that place. The lady who runs it is amazing.
I have to go check it out. I remember when they were building Shanghai Plaza, and I didn't know what they were gonna add there. And then as I saw all the restaurants, it was like amazing. Sorry,
Oops.
I didn't mean to cut you off. Was that four? Is there?
No, yeah.
So you have Valley of Fire. You said Shanghai Plaza.
Oh, and if you're in Vegas, you gotta visit Victoria at the Solidarity Fridge,
Okay, so go to the
which is
Solidarity Fridge.
yeah, it's also out of someone's home who just really wants to feed people. Like she has a Sunday where you can all come to her house and make food for houseless people. There's a free community fridge where anyone can take things, take foods or leave foods. This past weekend, they had a poetry out loud in the garden, which was also funded by Nevada Arts Council to share poetry within the communities in East Vegas. And oh gosh, it just does such cool, great things. Yeah, definitely go visit her. She also has gardening hours where you can learn how to garden with her.
That's really awesome. Thank you, Hugh.
Yeah,
Did I lose track of one? I got okay, at Valley of Fire, Shanghai Plaza, go visit Victoria at the Solidarity Fridge. Was there a fourth one? Did I miss it?
and the
The
wetlands.
wetlands, that's right. I remember that's right. I wanted to say because you're talking about sunset, the image that we use right now for our overlays in humanities at play, this photograph, this
Mhm.
background image, it was taken by a photographer, Dion Reynolds, who does the most beautiful landscape photos. I'm just gonna do this really quickly. I'm just
Mhm.
gonna erase our faces just so everyone can see. So this photo is it's a real photo of somewhere in Nevada with like the most beautiful sunset. So absolutely, I would agree that Nevada has beautiful mountains and sunsets.
It's incredible here.
Yeah. Did you know that Nevada is the most mountainous state in the US?
What?
Yeah, I think a
Really?
lot of people would think, Colorado or somewhere, like Rocky Mountains or maybe like even the East
Yeah.
Coast, but no, it's Nevada.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, fun
Good
fact for
thing.
everyone.
Yeah. I'll definitely let people know who come visit.
Yeah, I think I think driving across Highway 50 from Reno to Ely, like a couple
Mhm.
weeks ago, and then on the way back from Ely to Las Vegas, I definitely felt very surrounded by mountains the whole time. There are so many mountain ranges. And I think that's when I realized maybe this is, yeah, just how true that statement was. So, and that was just a very small portion of the state. Like that's just the part that you can see like on the road. So even like beyond the road, there are way more mountains.
Right. You must have seen so much of Nevada too as part of Nevada Humanities, right? Going up there all the time to Reno, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, so our other office is in Reno. I would love to spend more time in Reno. So when I was in Vegas, that's where I spent most of my time at our office down there. And so that's also
Mhm.
where I got to see Valley of Fire, Red Rock, Zion, the Clark County Wetlands Park. I
Mhm.
haven't been able to spend an extended time in Reno because I think most of the time when I go, it's for work. But I would love to spend maybe some vacation times there sometime, like maybe like near like Lake Tahoe, which I've never been to, but I would love to. Um, and
Yeah,
then, yeah,
same.
more of Northern Nevada for sure.
Nice.
Well, I'm just thinking as we prepare to wrap up our stream, does anyone have any last questions for Hugh? I really can't emphasize enough just how amazing I think their work is, how important I think
Thank
it
you.
is. I think we need more people, especially younger people, who care about building community and in-person connections, as well as online. I think, online connections will always be there. That's why we have, Discord and Twitch and ways to message one another. But I
Mhm.
think, especially after I guess during the pandemic, we realized how important it was to stay in touch with our friends and loved ones, and then how much we missed these in-person gatherings, and that's more of what you're doing now, which is great.
Yeah. And it's all thanks to the elders in my life too that have really shown me what it's like to like communicate, to get outside my bubble of like young artistic. Yeah, I was a Brooklynite, a Brooklyn person, and yeah, so definitely like make an effort to be in community with folks in other age groups.
Hmm.
That's been my favorite part of living so
Yeah,
far.
I think yeah, intergenerational friendships and relationships are really rewarding. Just I think when I went to Mongolia for the first time, I went on a tour where I was basically adopted by like a contingent of older folks from Olympia, Washington. Some were from the East Coast, but most were from Olympia. They were all friends and friends of friends. And it made me think, wow, I can be like 70 or 80 and still be like super active, still travel the world. It was really inspirational, and I'm glad that I've kept in touch with them ever since. But I
That's
think
awesome.
yeah, it was so important that I think that we got to connect because it really made me think it's okay to get older and to not really be scared of aging.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Well, Hugh, is there any last thing that you would like to share with our chat today? I'm wondering, just any last thoughts about either the game, about your upcoming trip, whatever you would like to share with us.
Um, yeah, I thank you all so much for spending your Tuesday afternoon with me and Kathleen. This is my first time like being on Twitch with another person and like just playing Florence too. Yeah, like Tan and John was saying, like I feel like I got a lot to think about after that. Like, and I love that's something about gaming too. Is like, um, once you finish a journey, it's like part of that game is now part of you. And I feel that with the story of Florence. And I hope that whatever you get out of today, too, and the rest of your day today on a Tuesday, that you have a great time and that you're gentle to yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hugh. Well, I think I am very much looking forward to chatting with you when you are back from your trip. I think for everyone in chat would love to hear more about, your adventures. And I know it'll probably be a series of ups and downs, of course, but just, whatever you're willing to share with us, we'd love to hear more about what you learn and how you're growing as a person. So, um, yeah, we'll wait to schedule that when you're back. And I'm,
Yeah,
I'm super excited.
sounds good. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. All right. So everyone in chat, this is where I tell you on Thursday, if you come back, please do at 6 p.m. Pacific. We are going to be streaming a favorite of mine, a solo favorite. So it's going to be my first time playing with other people. We'll see how it goes. But we're going to stream Sid Meier's Civilization 6 with Christopher M. Church. So Chris is a historian at the University of Nevada, Reno, where he's also the director of graduate studies. He's also, as I found out, a huge gamer, loves, history games, of course, and it was his idea to play this. So we're going to play Civ 6 on Thursday. Come ready to learn more about history and ask all the questions because I know I will be. And then, of course, we always have streams coming up on our schedule that's going to be updated. So just stay in touch with us. You can sign up for our newsletter on our website, nevadahumanities.org, or you can always keep in touch through social media as well. We have Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. But it was really wonderful getting to chat with you today, Hugh, and of course with everyone else. Thank you so much, Ruby. That's very kind of you. Yeah, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Tuesdays. I'll see you back hopefully this Thursday, and if not, next Tuesday again at 12 Pacific. We're going to be streaming the game A Short Hike with Sapira Churk from Nevada Arts Council. And Sapira is going to chat with us about her life as an artist and running a sticker business that's for organizing journals, which is amazing, but also about professional grants and opportunities through the Nevada Arts Council and how they can support people in Nevada. So I'm really looking forward to that as well. All right, we're going to
Yeah,
say,
thank you.
yeah, let's say goodbye and thank you, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Tuesdays. See you next time.
We do not know who built the silo and why we are underground.